I bless you in the name of the sleek shadow! Fortune and fame are yours for the taking! Is Rajin a god? Do gods not have those who spread word of their deeds? This one is but a humble servant to a more deserving master. Of course, sleek one. This one does not need a temple to bend his god's ear. He will gladly ask for Rajin's favor on your behalf for a humble offering. Or perhaps you wish to hear a sermon. This one can provide objects of faith as well. Come closer, Walker. And this one will regale you with a tale of Rajin. Long ago, on a night of new moons, the dark was so thick that shadows stretched to oblivion. No one dared to brave the night, but one crafty thief. He chose to walk the strands. Just so. On this night, they stretched through the lunar lattice and led the thief toward the faint glimmer of the stars, except the dancing lights were not the stars, but twilight caught in a realm of spun silver. Within, silky voices argue. This one saw nothing. Though the wind in these canyons can play tricks. Now, where was I? He waited, patiently, quietly, as the princess talked in circles, learning all he could. Then, when the time was right, he stepped out from the shadows and announced himself. This one knows the night like no other. He will be honored to choose. Risky for certain. Two princes, sisters he could see, regarded the thief coolly. But the spinner of the silver web looked upon him hungrily. You are a light touch, little fly, but foolish to come buzzing into the spider's web. Me? No, I am not so skilled a thief as to fleece a favorite of Rajin. Though if something is missing, he may have shown you his disfavor for interrupting his tale. Best we continue, lest you suffer another loss. Seeing now that the thief was one of her chosen people, the Prince Azura stayed Mafala's hand. By your admission, this one knows the night better than any other. Who better to decide? Or do you fear the truth will be too ugly? All three princes agreed that the thief was a most worthy lover of the night. And each told him why they were obviously the best choice. When all was said and done, the thief knew his decision. Knowing she was as vain as she was dangerous, the thief approached Mafala and heaped on her great flattery. My prince, it was the night itself that led this lover to his mistress, so that he could steal a kiss. And so the thief embraced the night. And more so, the thief deftly ran his hands about Mafala, brrring sweet nothings in her ear, until his fingers touched upon the thing that really caught his eye, a ring on the finger of her 8th arm. Slipped it from her finger without the slightest notice. Such was the lightness of his caress, and the skill of his tongue, and placed it on his own. With that, the thief vanished, and the legend of Rajin, the purring liar, was born. What else may this humble servant of Rajin do for the faithful? King of thieves! One of your faithful seeks your favor. This one humbly begs you spare a fraction of your ample sleekness for their benefit. Ah! There is a fresh glow about you. You are nearly as dashing Dasalzo once was. Ha ha! You jest! Rajin is the saint of subtlety. You will only ever know his presence if that is his desire. But he is always there, an unseen shadow. Trust Zaham. You are in the thief god's good graces. I bless you. Of course, sneak one. King of thieves. One of your faithful seeks your favor. This one humbly begs you spare a fraction of your ample sleekness for their benefit. Ah! There is a fresh glow about you. You are nearly as dashing Dasalzo once was. Rajin, your faithful hopes to follow your noble example. Lend them one of your many shadows, so they may stay shady even in the hot desert sun. Yes, this one thinks you must feel cooler already under the protective wing of the thief god. Ha ha! You jest! Rajin is the saint of subtlety. You will only ever know his presence if that is his desire. But he is always there, an unseen shadow. Trust Zaham. You are in the thief god's good graces.